Let me say good midday, good morning, whichever one you want. Oh, God is so awesome and good and mighty and powerful. He is absolutely unbelievable. There's none like him. There will never, ever be any like him. He is so off the chain until we can't even fathom the greatness of our God. Kathy, good afternoon, good midday to you. Yes, doing the best I can because fasting is coming up in a few more days. And so I've slipped up a little bit, but I'm back in the saddle again, ready to roll. And let's see what God does. Let's see what God brings to pass. Let's see how well we can align ourselves with his will to see some of the most miraculous movements of him that we've ever experienced. Chaplain Hearns, Jemison, thank you so much for being here with us. We are grateful to God for you, one and all. And so the opportunity, especially during this Christmas season with all of the hustle and bustle and all of the running and everything that's going on, just the fact that you've taken out a little bit of time so that we could share with you what the Lord would have us to know, to experience, and to be challenged by. Okay. Minister Sarah, Doe, and Cora done shared already. Way to go. Appreciate that so much. Okay. Carolina, good midday to you. Had to get that in there. Somebody had to get it today. So that's the way it is. So we're grateful to God for you, one and all. Stephanie, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this moment of learning, the challenge of learning. And for that, we bless his holy name. Um, it's funny, this one song that sticks in my mind is "There's no one like Jehovah." So when you think about that, we give him glory and praise. Jaleesa, Rhonda, Christy, thank you so much. Um, I'm amazed that I'm still getting the same numbers of people, or if not more, because of the challenge of the teaching. And it is a tremendous challenge for us, one and all. And I'm just grateful for he is good. Gina, Cora, the young lady that was, the one that they found. Okay. We're praying for that family. Valerie, tell dad we said hello. Um, there's, and I'm not really sure how I want to say this, Sandra, but the saints need, and I believe, Lavonda, bless you for being here. I believe that this teaching, for those who are making that sacrifice to learn it, are going to change the atmosphere. But there was one thing I forgot to tell you, and it slipped my mind, I guess, because I'm so used to um, demonic and enemy assaults. Sylvia Scott, I need you to know that what you are learning will not come without an attack. Let me go ahead and get this out. And I've said this on other occasions and on many times. Thank you, James, for letting us know that all is well. We appreciate you. And and we throw around phrases, new level, new devil, like it's a joke or something cute. But when you begin to develop and adhere to the unsearchable riches of our God, the enemy is like, oh, no, 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 no. We just can't let you get a hold of that. Because if you get a hold of that, then I won't have as much influence, unconscious influence over you, like what I've been having before. Okay. Kim, bless you for being here. Okay. And this is something that we must understand. And after we have done this, I'm working on a couple of things. Around here you have to be careful what you do, because feelings get hurt so easily, thinking that you're trying to take somebody else's thunder, or somebody, while our young people are slaughtering one another, we'll get caught up in, I did that first, and all that kind of foolishness, and the enemy has laughed at us. Has laughed at us as we battle each other in foolishness, rather than fulfilling the commission that God has given us to allow the kingdom of God to be seen, embraced. Well, let me get started, because I probably done said something, and somebody later on will be like, "Oh, he talking about me." I ain't even thinking about nobody when I say that. I'm thinking about Elder James. I'm thinking about spiritual warfare, and how on many occasions, rather than us being victorious, we're victims and don't even know we're being victimized. Laverne, how you be? How you feeling? Number 1, adoration. Nancy, number 2, contrition. Number 3, thanksgiving. Number 4, commitment. Pamela, bless you for being here. Number 5, meditation. And here's what you have to recognize. Creative listening. If you have actually paid me any attention in the midst of what I've been teaching, creative listening. This is that moment when, after we have shared with the Lord, then we listen for what he has to say. And one of the things that, and I was really adamant yesterday about this, we will stand in lines. We will take whatever time is necessary to do what we feel we need to do. Especially during this Christmas season, we will get out in the crowds, which I don't do. Okay. Yes, sir, Pastor Stanford, new pastor of the Second Baptist Church in Steubenville, Ohio. Congratulations to you, my friend. We do all of these things, and then everything else gets more meditation, more attention, more participation than the time when we should listen. We've talked to God, but here's the problem with many of our prayer lives. It's a monologue rather than it being a dialogue. Gaither, bless you for being here. And so in the midst of this, when we meditate, this is when God speaks to us through his word. He speaks to us through our inner feelings. He speaks to us in our thoughts. But you got to be careful about them inner feelings and thoughts, because sometimes our feelings are not guided by the word of God. Mary, bless you, dear. Thank you for being here. Tell that little lady I said hello. And so, in the midst of that, God says, I have allowed you to take as much time to do whatever you want to do the way you want to do it. You got to go to work. You got to take care of kids, got to handle grandkids, got to go shopping, got to do this, got to do that, got to do that, got to do, gotta. But in the midst of all your gotta, are you getting me? Are you giving me some, Elder Pam, are you giving me at least 15, 20 minutes of quality time so that I can guide you? You know, and we sing that song, Denise, order my steps in your word. And then, and then, and then, and then we don't even wait on a word. Oh God. Many times, LMA, dear, how you doing? Many times we mistake a Sunday morning word for the word you need outside of Sunday. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I need God to speak to me every single day of my living existence. I need him. And this is some things that I've learned. These are some things that I've learned. I'll be praying for your sister, LMA. Count it done. We'll touch and agree. Tom, how you doing? And so we then rush into the throne room of grace, and we want God to perform an instantaneous exorcism. And then after we've taken about 30 seconds for God to answer our prayer, boom, boom, go back. So meditation means I really need God to help me. I need God to guide me. And so that's what I need to live. But I got something else I got another step for you. I got another step. I hope you're ready. I got another step, Timothy. I got another step. The next step is intercessions. Now, I've got to take my time with this one because this is going to blow your mind. When I share with you this step, principle, whatever you want to call it, it's going to mess you up. If you noticed, you, after all of these stages, hey, Sonia, how are you? Tell the good deacon I said hello. Glad y'all doing better. I'm excited about what God is doing in y'all's lives. After the adoration, we adore him. After the contrition, we confess. After the thanksgiving, which we now thank him for all he is and all I'm back. Oh, but did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Hold on a second. If you can see me and hear me, put something in the chat so I'll know. My media people person is like, what in the world? So I'm gonna wait, till I hear something from somebody. I want to make sure that I'm back. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Oh my God. So can you give me a little more time? Can you give me just a little more time to make up for what I just lost? If that was not the most perfect example of what I just got done telling you. Now, listen to this. I have been on my computer all day long. I have been working on stuff all day long. I've been doing all kind of stuff that needs to get done all day long. But if you remember what I said, the enemy will not allow you to grow, to learn, and to become dangerous to his assaults. And what did he do? He is the God of this world. He got into the internet and shut it down. But I'm back. And then here's the thing. It didn't want to come back up. I tried it. Bishop, you know what? I'm gonna listen. This was and is a count it all joy moment. And I need y'all to hear me if you have never heard me before. If you have never let what I've said get into your spirit, you need to understand that we are fighting for the life of our people. We are fighting principalities and power. Sandra, I just said, and I gave you the warning that you will not be able to engage into this level of warfare without there being some pushback from the enemy. Did you hear what I said? You know why? Because step 6 is the step that sets people free. I need to take my time and to deal with this because it's something you I know I'm dating myself, Minister Sarah. You need to understand the dynamic that you're getting ready to enter into. See, Bishop, listen. The reason these things are happening is because the enemy knows you are a threat to him. And anything, because he's tried to kill me a couple of times, Bishop. Anytime you enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise and be thankful unto him and praise his name because you know he's good, the enemy says, And here's the thing. He don't mind if you get a little knowledge. He knows you're dangerous if you get enough knowledge. Good. Tell your dad he's going to be just fine. This is something I'm going to teach you that you ain't never heard before unless you heard me teach this years ago. You have to, in the midst of your praying, pray for others before you pray for yourself. Lord have mercy. 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 Listen to what I'm saying. Because Jesus is making intercessions on our behalf. Now I'm gonna read something. It's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up. It's gonna take you to another level. Without meditation, prayer for others is ineffective and lacks power. According to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Our calling to be priests, armed with the power of intercessory prayer, goes back to the strategy of God given to Moses on Mount Ariel. The Lord declared that he wanted all his people to cooperate with him in accomplishing his purpose through prayer for others. Listen to what I'm saying. Here it is. Here's the key. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 25. I hope y'all ready for this. I hope you got your seatbelts on. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 25 says, therefore, he is able to save to the utmost those who call to God through him, since he ever lives to make intercessions for us. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me clearly. Our prayers for others, our task is to listen in on the intercessions of Christ. Now, I know I messed y'all up. When I listen in, because he's consistently praying on mankind's behalf. And so my job, I know that jacked y'all up. I know that did. I know that probably was the craziest thing you have ever heard. But listen to this. If I can pray in the Spirit, Holy Ghost, I can also listen in on the intercessions of Christ, because he is not praying for anybody else but others. And what I do is I speak into the atmosphere what I hear Jesus say. And in the midst of my praying, what I speak has to come to pass, because it has first been spoken, here we go, through Christ to his Father's ear. And whenever Jesus talks to his Father responds. And I need to make sure that I can hear him clearly, because every now and then the enemy has the ability to disguise himself as an angel of light to deceive me, which causes me to pray amiss. Minister Sarah, listen to what I'm saying. Here's my question. Can God lie? Can Christ lie? Can he speak lies? Every time you see God speak, something happens. And if you don't believe, well, I'm about to shout. If you don't believe that we can't listen in on the intercessions of Christ, I dare you to go back to Genesis chapter 1. And when you see Genesis chapter 1, it's where God privies us to listen in on his thinking before he speaks it into existence. And the one thing that the enemy is good at is keeping our mouths shut. He brings oppression and depression and situations and turmoil and trauma and all the rest of this stuff into your life. And so here's what you end up doing. You start speaking the situation rather than listening and speaking the solution. You end up speaking the situation rather than speaking the solution. Let me say it again. You end up speaking the situation rather than speaking the solution, because whatever the situation is, the solution has already been brought to pass. It's just a matter of you. Pastor Baber, congratulations to you on your new assignment in pastoring in Steubenville. Listen to what I'm saying. I know I'm a little bit beside myself. I know I'm a little ecstatic right now, but the reason I am is because I know how to walk in it. And for too many years, I've been speaking woo, despair, been out of shape, toe up, broke from the flow up. I've been speaking that, but I had to learn how to go through these steps so that when I listen, if you ask anything according to his will, he hears you. Jesus speaks his will to his Father and privies us to listen in on it so that we can speak it. And the speaking is not so much to bring it into the atmosphere as much as it is to build your faith, so that when you hear yourself speaking what you heard Jesus say, the confidence is built up that whatever I need, he will supply. But my supply don't show up until I've prayed for your supply. Until I've prayed for your deliverance. Until I've prayed for your healing. Until I've prayed for your breakthrough. Until I've prayed that God will regulate your mind and regulate your situations and get in the midst of all the chaos, until I have opened my heart to the heart of God to hear what God has to say on behalf of somebody other than myself. And this is the reason that we miss out on the power of prayer, is because the first and last person we talk about is ourselves. Lord, give me, need you to give me. And we leave everybody else out of the equation because we want God to give me, because I need you to give me. And he did not call us to beg. He called us to intercede on behalf of other people. Oh. Look at the lilies of the field. They don't toil or spin, and yet they are arrayed better than Moses. But the same God that supplies what they need is the same God who already has our supply. Now, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let you go. Everything you need already has your name on it. But you will never unlock the key to your blessing until you unlock the key to somebody else's. We cannot continue to be selfish and think about nobody but ourselves and leave our whole community to go to hell in a handbasket. Did that help you today? Did that challenge you today? Did that make you wonder if I know what I'm talking about today? I know this is something you probably have never heard before, but when I tell you it has revolutionized my life, I talk to God on behalf of, you say, well, you're a pastor, you're supposed to do it. You a saint and you're supposed to do it. Y'all didn't hear. Y'all didn't hear. Y'all didn't hear. Did you hear me? Can you hear me now? Did you hear me? And so you wonder why God ain't answering your prayer? We're praying amiss. We have not garnered and gathered the steps necessary to filter out all of the other stuff that's going on. And I pray for people all the time. Sometimes it gets on my nerves because I pray for people all the time. And here's what God does. I hope y'all ready for this, and then I'm gonna let you go because I done kept you too long because the internet went out. God. The more you pray for others, the more God meets your need. The more you pray for others. Minister Sarah, can you put that in there? The more you pray for others, the more God meets your need. Can y'all put that in the chat real quick? The more you pray for others, the more God meets your need. And if you get that, your shackles will start falling off. Your chains will start falling off. Your inhibitions and inferiorities and all will start falling off. And you will find yourself in a place where God can tap on your shoulder for more responsibility because you have found yourself faithful over a few. And when you are found faithful over a few, he makes you ruler over many. My prayer is that God will bless you, that he will keep you, that he will provide for you, that he will sustain you. And that as we grow together, we will let the enemy know you done picked the wrong one to fight. For the Lord will fight my battle. Love y'all with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you. Is our prayer.